What's up, friends? Welcome back to the shop. I figured I'd fix a snowblower for a change. Haven't done that in a while, right? What you're looking at here is a DOA, of course. She does not run. Toro 421. Got some age on her. I'm thinking early 80s, maybe late 70s. The blower itself needs a little bit of help. We got some weeble wobbly arms. We're missing the cover there. I can pretty much tell that this carburetor... Oh, it's actually all seized up in there. Looks like the throttle is. But the bigger issue, what's the first thing I usually check on these things? Does it make lightning? This one does not. I started working on her just a little bit off camera because these bolts were very seized in there, so Eric came down with the big Ooga Dooga machine. Anyway, being that it's probably late 70s, early 80s, probably has points ignition in here. They went to electronic in 82 or 83. Anyway, let's pop this cowl off. Number one's going to be get the electrical sorted because we know we can get the carb to come around. Yeah, these head bolts, they are they had a fair amount of age on them. You got some looks like they were about to return to Mother Earth Gaia there. They were kind of growing their own little ecosystem, so we'll probably send those through the wire wheel. If memory serves, there's a teeny one over here, and then usually something down here. That right there holding this on, so we'll pop those off. Now, I'm being completely honest with you, this may be the last blower we have for a while, because it's getting warm in Jersey. We're not expecting any more snowstorms, and if people aren't going to be buying snarl blowers, we're not going to be fixing them. So we will be transferring? I don't know. Going to mowers. I got a whole pile of mowers out back that we got to fix. Eric and I are trying to get our hands on some DOA lawn tractors. So, if you're tired of snarl blowers, first of all, how can you ever get tired of snarl blowers? But stay tuned because we have some more stuff coming soon. Okay, get that guy out of the way. I love how good the paint is on this unit. It's got just enough of a nice little patina. Come on now. Let's move you. It feels like it's held up down below. There's no more mounting stuff though. Oh, bullocks. Wow, that one really that one really tips forward quite a bit. Here, look at our issue here. Most of the time you can get these cowls off real easy, but can you see right there? There's some kind of bolt in the way. Now, what the hell are you supposed to do there? Because you can't get, can you see it? You can't get the cowl off without removing the bolt, and you can't get the bolt out without removing the cowl. Am I supposed to pull this whole motor? Christmas. Fine. I'll pull the whole motor, I don't care. Here's what we're gonna do. We'll loosen up or remove these four, just enough to tilt it forward to get the cowl off. Christmas, it's fighting me. Alright, the case is looking pretty good for what am I talking about? Ooh, also there's very, very light compression in this thing. Them rings might be all but gone. It's maybe a futile effort if the spark plug's in and I can spin her around that much, but these things will run on damn near no compression at all. So let's get this spark plug out of there. And then this is looking like a pretty good case for points. That's probably going to be an 11/16 or steenths bolt. Let me find an 11/16 in the old drawer here. I got like 6/13. Is this an 11/16? That's an 11/16. And that fits right on there. And of course it's got the plastic fin, so I can't just jam a screwdriver in there. I gotta do something more clever than that. Wonder if this will do it. It just might. Oh yeah, perfect. Excelente. That was like the perfectly sized block of wood. I couldn't pick that one again if I tried. Alright. Don't lose any of the spare parts. And here's how you get these off. Alrighty, now if you got delicate sensibilities, you're going to want to look away. People hate that I get flywheels off like this, but this is the right way to do it. It's not damaging anything. So if you're one of those people that thinks like, you know, Dr. Seuss is racist or something, you're going to look away. This is the next part is not for you. Almost. Yeah, we're good. The reason that works is because these are on a taper, so you just need to get a little bit of tickle behind it. Grab our key. Oh, is that's a shaft is keyed? It's not a separate key. And yeah, this is points, by the way. So first thing to look at are our magnets. You can see they look fine. They're both intact, where they ought to be. So let's move on to our points themselves. All right, here's how we dig into the points unit. So this is hooked on the bottom there. Swipe that out of the way. Right on here should say what our points should be set to. It's going to be 20 thou. Yep. Set points 20 thou. Can y'all see that? I can't tell. Tecumseh. That's how you know she's good. Boy, that's a rusty condenser. Wait, is that shaft keyed or is that key supposed to come out of there? I think that shaft is, or that key is supposed to come out of there. Yeah. Huh. Okay. Now we can slip that bad boy off. Turn the motor to where we need her. Obviously we want to get that lobe. Right up about there. It's actually a little arrow. And our points should be 20 thou. They look to be less than that to me. There we go, 20 thou. Yep. It's a no-go. So that's probably why we didn't have any spark. What are they set at? Let's try 16. 16 wouldn't even do it. Let's try 12. Okay, so 12 did it. Not that it really matters. 12 felt good. Yeah, I think they're about 13. That's got some nice resistance. Anyway, let's open them up to 20 and I'll bet you that gives us our spark back. Alright, now you guys are where I should be, so I'm trying to do this upside down and backwards. Okay. Just crack that just a wheedle bit. And then should be able to maybe a wheedle bit more. This whole thing should move, this whole little bottom point assembly. There we go. Good gravy. For the record, this would be easier if you weren't in my seat. But you are in my seat. So, I'm trying to do it upside down and backwards. I'm getting dizzy. My head's resting on a friggin' old rat's nest. Open. Said open, dang it. Give me that. There we go. Feels good to me. I mean, it's still a little big, but meh. I mean, come on. Come on. Actually, that feels pretty good. Yeah, a little bit of drag on it. It's too big, but that's okay. All right, let's do the least amount possible to confirm if we have spark. Alright friends, the cowl was ticking me off and I just don't really feel like arguing with it anymore tonight, so we're going to do that thing that the internet hates. We're going to chalk it up in the old drill. This is the 1980's DeWalt Professional, the drill that just won't die. Started many a go-kart motor with this bad boy, so yeah, that's going to work just a treat. Let me slam Sparky boy in there. We'll get this thing on its feet. We'll pour some Fire Maker down the throat hole. Take her outside and see if she barks. True, I could check for spark inside, but where's the theater in that? Where's the drama? The passion? Now, there was so little compression, I have not a ton of faith that this isn't just going to run right past the rings and into the crankcase, which I have not checked for oil yet. Oh, just a splash will do you, right? Just a tickle? Yeah, that'll work. Best if you pour some all over the head as well. Let's get our spark plug back in there. Get this thing rolled outside before all that gas ends up in the crankcase. I'm not checking the oil in this thing, I don't care. Oh, I guess it's kind of accessible. Maybe we'll do it. I don't know. Haven't decided. Check real quick just to make sure it has some. What am I doing? Righty-tighty, lefty-loosey. Someday I'll learn. And never mind. Yeah, this oil is totally accessible. Oh, it's got tons of liquid dinosaurs in there. You're fine. You're fine. Let's get outside. Alrighty, friends. Wish me luck. We'll connect this bad boy. And I don't know. We're just gonna send it. Motor's not tied down. No big deal. Well, that certainly doesn't seem like a motor that has spark, does it? Wonder if maybe that condenser was bad after all. Let's pull that spark plug back out. Now this next test is going to be extremely dangerous because I just poured gasoline all over the friggin' top of the motor, but oh, you know what? I'm also missing a bunch of head bolts. I guess I'll put those in. Come on. And let's see if that'll ground out there. I'll be able to see. You won't be able to see. You're going to have to take my word for it. Oh yeah, that was sparking. Oh, that was sparking really well. You probably even saw that. So first of all, we did fix the spark. I know I didn't show it on camera. Actually, I don't know if I did on camera because I started working on this like 2 months ago and then it got put on a shelf. Anyway, if I have the footage of it not sparking in the first place, let's try something a little stronger. Ooh, buddy buck, I had a scare. I almost couldn't find anything stronger. If the beer don't do it, move on to whiskey. And we'll see if I just want to hear her bark. So that compression is pretty light, isn't it? Maybe she's all barked out. I don't know. Let's see. Come on now. Well, I'll be dipped. Huh. I wonder if this thing's just all chooched out on the compression. We'll go full send. But I think that throttle's closed, so that might not do anything. Yeah, it's just backfiring out of the carb. I guess let's test the compression. Just because I'm curious at this point. I wonder how low it is. Let's see what the old compression is here. Alrighty. Open up our box of tricks. Gotta get the right adapter. Is that the right adapter? No, that's not the right adapter. Not at all. Is this the right adapter? Yeah, I think it is the right adapter. Alright, and I'll try to hold this someplace where y'all can see it. I have no idea if you can see this. That's where I'm holding it. And then I'm gonna do this. Oh, you know what? I think that adapter goes in too far and it's hitting the piston because she don't got no more. Oh yeah, no, she ain't got no more go on her. Well, that's a new one. I guess I've never used, no, I've used this on lawnmowers, this kit. Huh. Oh, good gravy, I tell you. So I can't use this? Is that what you're telling me? Or do I have another adapter in here somewheres? Nope, those are all O-rings. Son of a biscuit eater. Alright, we're not going to find out what the compression is. Dang it. Let me see, what could I do? Do I have a big washer or a spacer or something? That's probably going to mess with the results, isn't it? Duh. Well, that's all that is. Friends, hope he was. Glad it wasn't all the way at the bottom, or we might have punched right through to the other side. Go old Jim Morrison in the garage tonight. Break on through to the other. Last try. Bit of gasoline in the old throat hole with the spark plug and all the friggin' head bolts in. That's too much. What am I doing? What am I doing? Last shot, but then we're gonna call it a night, and I guess we'll tear this thing apart at a later date. It was either free or $10, so I don't know. I don't mind putting a little ring kit in it or something if that's what it comes down to. Especially since I'm thinking about keeping it for myself. Okay, last try. Let me go call it quits. Friggin' Christmas. Oh, that was fun. What caused that? Is this arcing somewhere else? How else would it have lit the top of the motor on fire like that? Unless it came up from the exhaust. I have a fire extinguisher somewhere. Plus there's a big pile of snow there. I'm not concerned. It's got to be, you know what, there's fuel down in between the muffler and the head, and the muffler has holes in it, so that's that's how that's happening. All right, here is my amateur expert opinion. We have spark clearly because we had fire. We had fuel clearly because we put it there. We knew we didn't have much compression, so let's call this one quits. I showed you how to set points, and clearly I did that right because it did not have spark when we started the day. So now you know how to set points on a probably 1978 Toro 421 with the big Tecumseh 4 horsepower. If you got any questions or comments, let me comment down there in the squawk boxes. If you're interested in this particular snowblower like I am, because I have a weird fetish for old snowblowers, subscribe to the channel because I'm definitely going to do some more work on her because I own the darn thing now. I really don't want to just use it as a parts unit, though it kind of does look like a pretty good candidate for that. Anyway, comment down in the squawk boxes. Yeah, thanks for watching.